Hazreti Resul-i Ekrem ve Nebi Muhterem sallallahu aleyhi ve sellem Efendimiz Hazretlerinin aziz, pak, münevver, mutahhar ruh şeriflerine salavat-ı şerife getirenlerin ahir ve akıbetleri hayrola. Âl-i ezvacı, tahiret evladı Resul-i Eshab-ı Efendilerimizin, sair Enbiya-i İzam ve Resulü Fihan Hazırat-ı Erbâ-ı şeriflerine, Pirimiz Bilal-i Habeş radıyallahu anh Efendimizin, Mihmandar-ı Resul-i Kibriya, Eyüp Sultan Halid bin Zeyd, Ebu Eyyub el-Ensar radıyallahu anh, Şah Mürşidan, Şeyh Hacı Muhammed Bahadi Şakrin Akşabendi el-Buhari, Mevlana Celaleddin el-Rumi, Mevlana Ziyaddin el-Halid el-Bağdadi, Sahib-ü Zaman, Kıblet-ül İslam, Şeyh Mevlana Muhammed Nazım Adel el-Ekani, Kaddesallahu esraruhum, Hazirat-ın ervahı için, Hadimül Harameyn-i Şerifeyn, Yavuz Sultan Selim Han, Ebul Fethvel Meazi, Fatih Sultan Mehmet Han ve Serdar Hakan Sultan Abdülhamid Han, cennet mekan, Firdevs-i Aşiyan Haziratın ervahına ve amn-ı inayetine, alelhusus bu caminin banisi, sahib-el hayrat vel hasenat, sahib-ü seyş Abdülkerim el-Kıbrıs el-Rabbani Hazretlerinin ve bugüne kadar içerisinden gelmiş geçmiş imam, müezzin, kayyım, cemaatinin ve kahve ehli imanın ervahı için, Allah rızası için el-Fatiha. Euzubillahimineşşeytanirracim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. İnnallâhe ve melâiketehu yusallûne alen-nebî. Ya eyyühellezîne amenû sallû aleyhi ve sellimû teslîmâ. Allahümme salli alâ seyyidina Muhammed ve alâ ali seyyidina Muhammed. Allahu Ekber, Allahu Ekber. Allahu Ekber, Allahu Ekber. Eşhedü en la ilahe illallah. Eşhedü en la ilahe illallah. Eşhedü enne Muhammeden Resulullah. Eşhedü enne Muhammeden Resulullah. Hayya ale's-salâh. Hayya ale's-salâh. Hayya alel-felâh. Hayya alel-felâh. Allahu Ekber, Allahu Ekber. La ilahe illallah.
Elhamdülillah, elhamdülillah, elhamdülillahi Rabbil alemin. Ve salatu ve selamu ala Resulina Muhammedin ve ala alihi ve sahbihi ecmain. Nahmadullah Teala ve nastağfiru ve eşhedü en la ilahe illallah vahdehu la şerike leh. Ve eşhedü enne seyyidina Muhammeden abduhu ve habibuhu ve resuluh. Sallallahu aleyhi ve ala alihi ve ezvacihi ve sahabe tabi khulafe raşidin mahadin min ba'di. Ve ziremmeti ala tahkik, huzusa minhum alameti khulafe rasul ala tahkik. Umar el-Mu'minin Hazreti Ebu Bakır, Umar, Osman ve Ali ve ala bakı sahabe tabi'in ridvanullah ta'ala aleyhim ecmain. Ya eyyuhel mu'minul hazirun. İttakallah Teala ve te'innallaha ma'allezine tekvellezine hum muhsinun. Elhamdülillahi Rabbil alemin. Ve salatu ve selamu ala eşrafil enbiya ve mursalin seyyidina Mevlana Muhammedin ve ala alihi ve sahbihi ecmain. All praises are due to Allah, Lord of the universes. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Ya Allah, Ya Malikul Mulk, Lord of power and rule. You give power to whom you please, and you take power away from whom you please. You honor whom you please, and you humiliate whom you please. In your hand is all good. Verily, you have power over all things. You cause the night to pass into the day, and you cause the day to pass into the night. And you bring forth the living from the dead, and you bring forth the dead from the living. And you give rizq to whom you please, without any accounting. Sadaqallahu al-Azim. May all peace and blessings be upon the Sultan of the Messengers, Sayyidina Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam. He alayhi salatu wasalam said, send salawats to me on Jummah Send a lot of salawats on me because it is the day of the presence of angels for witnessing. On this day, the angels present themselves in my court. And definitely when any of you read salawat for me, before he has even finished that salawat, it reaches to my court. And the Prophet ﷺ also says, truly the best of your days is Jummah. Adam ﷺ was created on it and he passed away on it. The trumpet will be blown on that day and the shout will go out on that day. Therefore send a lot of salawats to me because your salawats are presented to me. Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Muhammadin Nabil Ummi wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa sallim. Ya Allah, send peace and blessings upon our Master Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam, the unlettered Prophet, and upon his family and his companions. May peace and blessings be upon the Chariyar, the four friends, the four Khulafa Rashidin, Hazrat Abu Bakr Siddiq, Hazrat Umar Farooq, Hazrat Usman al-Ghani, and Hazrat Ali al-Murtaza, and all those who follow them until the last day. May peace and blessings be upon the ulama of taqwa and upon the righteous awliya, especially upon the mashayikh of our most distinguished Naqshbandi way. May peace and blessings be upon our khulafa and umara, especially upon the sultans of the Devlet al-Aliyah, the Ottoman sultans, the padishahs who protected the amanat of the Holy Prophet and guarded the sunnat and protected the ummah, and upon all those who honor them until the last day. O believers, Ya ayyuhal mu'minun, we are in the end of times, the ahir of the ahir zaman. The world is spinning, but the world is now spinning out of control. And the people inside the world are spinning outside and out of control. Everywhere we look, we see darkness and chaos and disobedience to Allah. Our Murshid, our Master, Sahibul Zaman is saying, we are the Ummah of Ahir Zaman, Ahir of Ahir Zaman, the end of times. We are that nation. We reach completely to the end. There is nothing between ourselves and Qiyamah, Judgment Day. From the beginning of Adam alayhi salam, coming creation to the end, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, in his calendar, he is only giving 7 days to this world. Mankind has no patience, but in the presence of Allah is only 7 days. Each day worldly is 1,000 years. We reach the end of 7,000 now. Whatever Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created is coming to an end. Everything has beginning and end, from man to jinn and everything in creation, and this world has reached to the end too. This world was here before Adam alayhi salam. Allah created this world way before, but has given time for this world too. This world is reaching to the end, and we are the nation that's reaching completely to the end of the time of this world. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Holy Prophet ﷺ is saying, Islam began gharib, strange, and is going to end strange. And he says that his blessings and his rahmat, mercy to those ones that are reaching to this ahir zaman, they are going to be strange amongst the people. He says, keep that way, don't drop it. If you do, you will drop your faith. He ﷺ says, when you reach to those days, you will see that there will be no peace anywhere. There will be confusion everywhere in the east, west, north, and south. There will be very few people trying to stay in the Sirat al-Mustaqim, and the majority of the people will be following their ego's desires, and they will run after worldly activities only. Everything is going to turn bad and dirty. This is the age that we are living in. An age when almost all of mankind has entered into the slavery of shaitan. Sultan al-Awliya Shaykh Maulana Muhammad Nazim Adil al-Haqqani is describing the state of mankind today, saying, O our brothers and sisters, beware of shaitan. He is ordering you to be obedient to his orders, not to be obedient to anyone else. saying, I'm teaching you so many things, but you must work for me, not anyone else. I am your teacher, teaching you secret powers. Therefore, you must be my obedient servant, no one else's. Today's people are saying to Shaitan, we surrender to you. As you like. We are under your command. We obey you. You are our Lord. This prevents people from saying to Allah, you are our heavens and you are our creator and we are under your mercy and you are heaven for us. And as long as people are making Shaitan their biggest obedience center, never-ending crisis will go on from east to west, north to south. And the words of the friends of Allah speak the truth. People want to talk about shirk. This is shirk. Replacing Allah as the one you obey with Shaitan, this is shirk. This is a shirk that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is warning about in the heart of the Quran in Surah Al-Yasin, when He Jalla wa'ala says, didn't I take an oath from you, O children of Adam, that you would not serve and worship Shaitan? Look, he is an open enemy to you. And didn't I take an oath from you that you should serve and worship only me? This is the Sirat al-Mustaqim. Sadaqallahu al-Azim. When mankind is making Shaitan as their Lord, when mankind refuses to obey Allah, to listen to the warnings of Allah, to listen to the representatives of Allah, then that man is by definition is obeying Shaitan. And the awliya Allah are teaching us that when a man obeys Shaitan, when a man takes on Shaitanic characteristics, then he becomes related to Shaitan. The Sahib al-Saif is saying, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created Adam alayhi salam, as soon as he looked at Adam alayhi salam, he looked at Maqam and Mahmud. The Shaitan is saying, this just fits to him, the Maqam al-Mahmud. This just fits to him, to Adam alayhi salam. The throne is just for him, not for me. He knew. Shaitan knew the knowledge right away. So he said, all this time, I have been worshipping with the aim of winning this. And now it's coming to zero for this one. He was keeping hasad. He was jealous of Adam alayhi salam. Because he was jealous and proud, he was angry. Proudness and jealousy made him to become angry, and he committed the wrongdoing. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, make sajda. He said, no. Allah said, no. And then Shaitan became stubborn. So now the stubbornness, anyone who is stubborn, there are the 4 characteristics of Shaitan. If a man is carrying these 4, then he has inherited 4 secrets from Shaitan. His appearance is of human, but his actions and everything is Shaitanic. They are proudness, anger, stubbornness, and jealousy. Holy Prophet ﷺ is saying, there is no shafa'at for these 4 characteristics. And he said that every man in their nature, in the way they are born, every man they have them. Those are the characteristics of the ego, and you have to work on it. You have to pound on it. You have to knock it down to finish it. Otherwise, that overtakes you. And when that overtakes you, under the name of worshipping Allah, you are worshipping your ego. The awliya Allah, they speak the truth. They speak haqq, and they speak directly, and they cut to the heart of the matter. If you have pride, anger, stubbornness, and jealousy, you have inherited from Shaitan. These are not characteristics that you can work on your own. These are not characteristics that you can watch videos and you can read books and you can read the Quran and you can go up and down and it will leave from you. For you to get rid of these 4 characteristics, you have to have a shaykh. You have to have a guide who is going to guide you every day of your life. So according to the law, who do you inherit from? Your relatives, your father. So once you become dominated by these 4 characteristics, you become a child of Shaitan. You become Shaitan. Minal jinnati oneness. Sadaqallah al-Azim. Allah is warning us in the last ayat of the Holy Quran, warning mankind to protect themselves from the shaitan who are from the jinn and from the mankind. You become a shaitan but in human form. May Allah save us. May Allah save us from that. Everything will run away from you that time. Even Holy Prophet ﷺ, Akramul Haq, he will not save you at that time because you have become shaitan's slave until you turn around. You are no longer the servant of shaitan. You are no longer the servant of Allah. You are the servant of shaitan. But what is the origin of shaitan's disobedience? He was like this or like that, serving Allah for unknown ages before the creation of Adam alayhi salam. He went to war with his own kind who was disobedient, and he punished his nation for the sake of Allah. He worshipped until he rose to the heavens and he taught the lower angels. But what brought him from being Azazil to being Shaitan al-Rajim? The burning jealousy and envy and anger and the bitterness that he felt to Adam alayhi salam, to Hazrat Insan, that burning, it burned any good that he ever did. And for the inheritors of shaitan, that same burning will destroy us. Are we understanding the danger? Are we understanding the danger of being the inheritors of shaitan? It is disaster. Last week we read the dua of Hazrat Ali Karamallah Wajha for Rajab. In that dua he said, Ya Rabbi, don't let the outcome of my life's work be disappointment and regret. Meaning, don't let me to be working so hard all my life, and at the end of my life all I see is disappointment and regret. For the slaves of shaitan, they may be doing the best work. They may be praying, fasting, making the Hajj, doing everything for everyone. But the outcome of their lives' work will be disappointment and regret. Rasulullah ﷺ said, do you know who the bankrupt person is? The people said, the person with no money or no wealth. That person is bankrupt. He ﷺ then said, the bankrupt person from my ummah is the one who will come on Judgment Day with fasting and prayer and zakat. He will come on Judgment Day with prayer and fasting and zakat, but he will come having insulted a person, slandered a person, stealing the wealth of a person, shedding the blood of a person, and beating a person. So they will all be given some of his good. And when his good runs out, before judgment is passed, those people's sins will be taken and put on him. So he will be pushed into the fire. The inheritors of shaitan, they are zalim. They are oppressors. They are cruel. They are tyrant. Zulm in Arabic, it actually means darkness. And shaitan and the people of shaitan, they are always surrounded by darkness. They don't see any peace or any light. And their fate on Qiyamah will be darkness. Because Holy Prophet ﷺ said, beware of zulm. Because oppression will be darkness, zulumat, on the day of judgment. And that darkness, it doesn't come from anywhere except from themselves. Their stubbornness pulls the curse of Allah and His Prophet upon themselves. Holy Prophet ﷺ said, the most hated person in the sight of Allah is the stubborn opponent. And Hazrat Ali Karamallah Wajha said, the person who rides on the horse of stubbornness will be exposed to curse. This is the month of Rajab. Allah's month. During this month, it is our job to clean ourselves up from this kind of curse. Rajab is the month to pull the mercy of Allah, not to challenge Him with our disobedience. And the greatest means to disobedience, and the greatest means to obedience, the straightest path to safety, it is through the connection and sohbat of a living guide. And whoever abandons this way, he is on the way of shaitan. Hazrat Bayazid Bistami says, whoever has no sheikh, his sheikh is shaitan. Whoever abandons the way of the sheikhs, that person is cursed. And the order is to run away from such a person. Who is giving that order? Me? The great Mujaddid Imam Ahmad Farooq Asir Hindiya Rabbani Karazasir said, the essence of all teachings and the best advice is to meet the men of Allah and to stay in their sohbat. The essence of all teachings and the best of advice is to meet the men of Allah and to stay in their sohbat. Unless you follow the way shown by these great people, there is no safety. Unless you change yourself to fit to their teachings, you cannot be happy. What I am saying is confirmed by the people of wisdom, the ulama, and by the openings of the awliya. Make no mistake. A person should look at being friends with a person who has turned even a mustard seeds from the way of the great ones as being as lethal as poison. Meaning the person should look at those people who turn away from the way of the great ones. Even if they turn away just a little bit, you must look at them as being as lethal, as deadly as poison. You should look at talking to such people as more horrifying than a snake bite. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is talking about such people in Surah Al-Baqarah. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. They have purchased misguidance in exchange for guidance. They have earned nothing in this business. They have not found the right way. Sadaqallah al-Azim. One day, a holy person saw shaitan sitting free and happy without trying to trick anyone. And the holy person asked shaitan why he was so relaxed. The answer was, today, evil people pretending to be people of Islam are doing my job so well, they haven't left any work for me to do. May Allah protect us from being away from the inheritors. And may Allah protect us from being from the inheritors of shaitan. One of the greatest signs and tricks of these shaitans among men is that they act like they are the best people on the face of the earth. And they are filled with curses for other ones. They act like they are the best, and they're very free with their cursing and their insults. Just like shaitan, their wirid is, Ana khairum minhu. I am better than him. But the men of Allah, this is not their attitude. The men of Allah, they are in fear of Allah. They fear Allah because they fear that Allah will take His love away from them. The men of Allah, they are not busy with destroying and insulting and cursing. They are too busy pleasing their Lord, making sure He is not upset with him, and building and preparing the world for Mahdi alayhi salam. Mawlana Rumi Karalzasir is giving a warning to those who walk on the path of shaitan, saying, don't be bitter, my friend. You'll regret it soon. Hold to the Jamaat, or surely you'll fall apart. Don't walk away gloomy from this garden. You'll end up like an owl living in ruins. Face the war. Face the war and be a warrior like a lion. Or you'll be like a pet tucked away in a stable. Once you conquer your ego, all your darkness will change to light. The conquest of the ego is what we have to be busy with, during Ramadan especially. The conquest of the ego is what frees us from the chains of shaitan and makes us to reach to the station of Hazrati Insan. This dargah is for those who want to conquer their egos. Sahibul Sahib's way is for those people who want to escape from the slavery of their shaitans. The Osmanli Naqshbandi way is for those who want to be free from the system of Dajjal and help to bring the Sultanate of Mahdi alayhi salam. We are small, we may be weak, but with our Shaykh, we are the strongest. We can never thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala enough for the blessings of our Shaykh, Shaykh Abdul Karim al-Kibrisi. He showed us the way, he brought us to him, he rescued us from ourselves and from this dunya. He showed us how to live for Allah and how to become qurban for Allah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala honor all those who honor him and keep his way. As we say in our dua after the recitation of Jummah, may Allah purify his soul and illuminate his blessed grave. And may Allah anger be on those who does anything other than that. May they turn away from Allah's anger and come again to the circle of the friends. In this month of Rajab, the month of planting, we should plant the seeds of our Shaykh's sohbat in our hearts. He says, so now alhamdulillah, we reach to the time that is going to be a separation between haq and batil. It's going to be separated. Every community inside, every nation inside, every family inside, there will be separation. People with haq and people with batil. Every tariqat member inside, they are going to be separated. Don't think you're just going to get it like that and that's it. This is the last test to everyone. Dajjal is going to fool so many. Those who are standing weak with their Shaykh, Dajjal is coming with a big full power. Holy Prophet ﷺ is warning all nations. From Adam ﷺ to Muhammad ﷺ, they warned their nations. We reached. We are in it. If you don't do anything wrong and no accident in any way will reach to you, you will reach to Dajjal. You will see. So wake up. Step by step, you've got to wake up. You don't understand that shaitan is playing with you. Shaitan just put the hook. You know when the fish gets hooked, and if it's a strong one, yes, so many people, you are a strong one. That's why you came around me. Meaning your ego is very strong, but you need somebody to work on it properly. Every Shaykh is not going to work like this with you. They don't even have the permission. Sometimes you're asking, why are you doing this? So many other Shaykhs, they're not even doing this. So you are right. They don't have the permission. I am preparing people for Mahdi alayhi salam. Otherwise, Mahdi is saying, I don't want weak ones around me. Those ones around me, they have to be strong ones. As we said earlier, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created every individual and is giving different secrets to every individual. Either you use that secret in the way of Allah and His Prophet, and you will make it another beautiful jewel that is going to appear in the paradise, or use it in the way of shaitan and that jewel will be taken away from you and you will enter into the fire with shaitan. Choose whatever is for you. This much should be enough for you and for me. It's not how much you know. It is not how much you know. It is how much you are taking and applying to your life. You don't have to like me, but take the words. They will bring you to safety. I don't want any credit from it. All credits should be for you. Don't say to me even thank you. I don't need it. I'm not asking anything from you. I have an owner, and my owner is Allah. Finished. And I have a guide, the master of the masters, and that is our Shaykh. You are going to die by yourself. You're going to enter to your grave by yourself. The way you live, that's how you're going to die. The way you die, that's how you're going to be buried. The way you'll be buried, that's how you will rise to the judgment day. Make sure you die as a human, and you'll be buried as a human. Otherwise, the animal characteristics, meaning if you didn't change your nafs from nafs amara to nafs al-mutma'in, then you're going to die with that animal characteristic. And you'll be raised as an animal. May Allah protect us from dying with those animal characteristics. May Allah protect us from coming to His presence as an animal. May Allah protect us from dying as the inheritors of shaitan. May Allah protect us from dying with His curse upon us. May we always be in the sohbat of His beloved ones. May we always be under the shade of our Shaykh. May the end of our life's work not be regret and disappointment. May Allah forgive us. Amen. Astaghfirullah. Astaghfirullah. Astaghfirullah. Lazim lazim. La ilaha illa wa la wa atubu ilayh. لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له له الملك والحمد كل شيء قدير لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له له الملك والحمد كل شيء قدير لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له له الملك والحمد لا إله إلا أنت سبحانك كنت من الظالمين لا إله إلا أنت سبحانك لا إله إلا أنت سبحانك كنت من الظالمين سبح قدوس ربنا رب الملائكة والروح سبح قدوس ربنا رب الملائكة سبح قدوس ربنا رب إن دين عند الله الإسلام قام الصلاة اللهم صل وسلم
الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله بسم الله حي على السلام حي على السلام حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح قد قامت الصلاة قد قامت الصلاة الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله
سيدنا مولانا محمد رسول الله